Satisfactory 1.0 is finally here, and I am so ready to start a brand new save. I have so many plans for our new save on 1.0, so I hope you guys enjoy the ride, because it's going to be a long one. And full disclaimer, this start to this save was live streamed live on Twitch, but I planned accordingly so we can make some videos on here and showcase what we are going to do and what we're about to do throughout this whole save. Now, for this playthrough, just for nostalgia reasons, I did go through and do the tutorial, mainly just to hear some new voice lines that Snow was talking about. So the first thing that we need to do is start unlocking milestones. And having the map is one of the most important things to me, so we are definitely targeting this first, which basically just means I need a little bit more copper wire and iron plates. And that's exactly what I got going on here, making some rods and plates, manually feeding my miners and whatnot. And currently we are manually grabbing some copper to turn into our wire and cable. But that will change in the future, obviously. We are in the early stages, which means we have to do everything ourselves, unfortunately. So I just come up here, grab this, and come back down there. Part of it is I don't have access to making more biomass generators, and I don't really want to deal with breaking my power grid 24/7. So I don't mind taking it a little bit slower and doing the rounds, waiting for machines to craft their stuff, and coming over here and grabbing materials myself. But oh boy, there are so many things to be doing in Satisfactory now. Not only all of the new items, but we also have plenty of new buildables to build with and hopefully make some insane builds. If you guys are unfamiliar with the history of this channel, we make some hopefully aesthetically pleasing builds. That is the primary focus. Some people like BL Andrew love to build huge and do tons of items per minute, whereas I like to try to make something look really cool and a bit more detailed. So if that's maybe your thing, or you want to learn a thing or two about designing and making a super awesome factory, now stick around, because the first few episodes might be a little slow, but oh boys, as soon as we unlock those buildables in the awesome shop, we will be building our heart out. And I kind of want to take this time to go over the general plan for this save, as there really is a lot to do and it's going to take a while. Something that I want to try to avoid doing is rushing through. Once we hit that mid game, I don't really want to be blazing through. I want to take my time and hopefully build some better buildings so I don't have to delete them later. But there still will be a fair amount of deleting, as you know, early game you don't really have that many options for cosmetics or making things look cool. So as of now, the plan is to get to phase 3, which sounds like crazy, but as we know, Satisfactory gets exponentially more complex the longer you play. So the first couple phases shouldn't take us more than a couple days of stream time, that is. And so after we get to that phase 3, by that point, we'll probably have a lot of the buildables that we need to start making things look cool. We'll have the jetpack, and we'll obviously have the blueprint designer, and I think you all know what that means. But if you don't, we will also be heavily using the blueprint designer, just like we have been over the past few months. I might be in the minority of people that have played Update 8 or prior to 1.0 thinking that the designer was a little bit too small. I think it was actually just about right. Maybe a little bit bigger would have been nice, but honestly it wasn't a deal breaker, because if you design your blueprints modular, it does work pretty well. But that's enough yapping for me. Machines have done their work, and so have I, so we can unlock this milestone. And we have now unlocked our map. So now you do this.
Milestone reached. Supply the molecular analysis machine, referred to as the MAM, with local resources to research and develop new technologies. Potential technologies include exploration tools, weapons, and factory buildings. These are essential for maximizing your Pioneer efficiency and alignment with Fixit's core pillars: construct, automate, explore, and exploit. To advance Fixit's mission, all notable phenomena, resources, technology, or other influence should be investigated regardless of any perceived danger, as stated in the Pioneer contract.
Nice. I'm loving these new voice lines from Ada. Snut did say that they overhauled pretty much all of the voice lines that Ada already had, so it kind of makes sense. This is a really cool part of the game now, actually. I did not know that this was going to be in 1.0. They didn't really say anything about it until the launch trailer, where they revealed it. There were, in fact, different customization options for your Pioneer, which definitely is awesome. I am a sucker for white and blue. I think a lot of people know that, so it should come to no surprise if you've seen my stuff before that I'm probably going to opt for a white and blue color scheme here, although I don't know which colors affect which region. Apparently I can't hex code this in. Oh, there we go. Oh, we can do blue pants. Or we can do white pants and blue everything else. Oh my god, that's so blue. Well, I like that actually. That's not bad. We can zoom in. I love this mask. The big one is really funny. I love that. But you also don't see your own character. So if I was playing multiplayer, this would be on. But we're playing single player. So we are going to stick to this one. I like this one a lot, actually. I'm going to refrain from using the gold items because it kind of feels like I'm unlocking an end game item right away. So I'm going to refrain from using those. I will actually, however, use the build gun that is gold and this immersive sphere, or summer sloop. Sorry, this summer sloop looks really awesome. Maybe use those. So that's my character customization for now. Not too difficult. You get to choose your colors and choose all your items. Not really much you have to figure out here. We can do that. Is there anything else in here? I know. We have a toilet. Interact with toilet. Split one. Throw it in there. And, flush. Oh my goodness. It's making a mess everywhere. We finally get to flush the toilet. Love that, love that. Not much else. But I need to stop getting distracted and I need to bang out these milestones. And fast forward some time later, after all the farming, as we are still doing some stuff by hand, it is time to throw down another milestone. And send ye off, sir.
Milestone reached. Several new structures are now available for improving factory organization. Foundations provide a building grid, which makes it easier to manage placement of any structure. In the event that you are experiencing amnesia for all events prior to planetfall, be reassured that memories of beloved humans and/or animals would have only been distractions from your important mission.
Wow. You know what's really funny? They are really hammering home the fix-it lore with Ada. It is pretty brutal, but it is so nice to have more actual world lore versus what we had before, which is basically nothing with Ada. But now Ada is showing her true colors. Gotta make sure I just keep filling some of these. And our next milestone is our conveyor splitters and stuff, which is pretty awesome. The efficiency stat is nice. Obviously, I actually didn't know that this was an unlockable thing in the milestones. I just thought it was default. But this will be our next one. Obviously, we can't throw anything in there. We need 150 rods, which we already have. We just need the plates and... Oh, we already have the wires. We just need plates now, which is pretty nice. I'm going to assist this machine in building things, as that is the efficient way, and we will send that off in just a minute. Okay, and after enough handcrafting along with the machines, we also have our plates ready to go. Let's load everything up. And again, send the offie. The next thing I think that we need to do is do biomass.
Milestone reached. Conveyor belts can now merge, split, and lift to save space and enhance the productivity of your factory. Fixit encourages you to consider investing in verticality when it comes to factory logistics. If you feel stressed by this complexity, imagine yourself on the shore of a vast and calm ocean. Breathe in. Visualize all the people relying on you. The sea is made of billions of faces, each staring at you with hope and tears in their eyes. Breathe out. Feel refreshed and focused on your duties.
Dude, it's really, this game is so smart, man. Like, the way the AI thinks to calm down is to think of every possible soul depending on you. Yes, I love it. This is amazing. Playing 1.0. It is my dream come true. So the next thing I think that we need to do is just get some biomass burners set up. Not having to worry about power is always nice. And with the ability to feed biomass burners with conveyors, definitely helps out with that. We are going to speed through a bunch of these milestones because I don't think most people really care to see early game handcrafting and machine spaghetti like we all do at the beginning. So this video might be a little sporadic, but hang with me. So jumping forward a little bit, I've added obviously some biomass burners here, but I've also added production. So we've now got miners feeding our smelters, feeding our constructors, and same goes for copper over here. Limestone is still not done, but forgive me on that. I've also crafted a ton of biomass, at least a ton for now. It will get used, I assume. And that biomass is, you may have spotted it, up there. So let me get up there real quick. Oh boy, I definitely gotta get ladders at some point because I don't want to keep running all the way around just to get up here. But yeah, we have a production line of biomass. I have collected a bit of leaves, wood, that one is empty now, and they're producing our biomass that's going into our solid biofuel that is then feeding into generators. And if we look at our capacity is 370, which is much more than we're consuming right now, which is good. We want to keep it that way. I assume we'll have a few power breakage points in between now and coal power, but you know, it is what it is. And milestone wise, there's only a few more that we have to do, which is the Awesome Sink and Logistics Mark II. Other than that, we just have smart plating to do, and we can get on to unlocking coal power, which is kind of a necessity right now because I hate having to manage power, no matter how close to automation it is. It's arguably worse knowing that I can feed them, but I still have to go hand mine all of my burnable fuel, which kind of sucks. But hey, what can you do except move forward? I'm just daydreaming about the time in which I'll be able to make nice, clean, beautiful factories with my hands and my blueprint designer in peace and just produce, just like Fix It Once. Something else that I'm very excited for is whatever story we're getting. Snut did say it's not necessary, but I assume there will be a relatively comprehensive story or storyline that will unfold in front of us, and I'm very excited for that. So yeah, I'm gonna keep hacking at this, and hopefully we can get phase 1 done pretty soon. Okay, so I have jumped forward actually quite a bit, I'm not gonna lie, but bear with me for 1 second. I've been researching a couple drives. I ran around while exploring, trying to get biofuel and all that jazz. I got some hard drives that are pretty easy to get, just hooking up like a little bit of power or whatever, and I started researching them. And with the new feature, as we are researching our third drive, we have our hard drive library tab. Now this thing is awesome because I am now 2 for 2 on hard drives. Both of these hard drives have something I want. I like cast screw here, and I like stitch plating right here. I like this recipe a lot because it removes screws from the reinforced iron plate recipe, and you do replace it with the wire, but if you have iron wire, it still makes it to where you only need to use iron to create your reinforced iron plates. And removing screws in the early game is actually quite nice, not necessarily because screws suck, but because your belt capacity sucks. So you might only have a 120 limit, and if you're thinking about something like rotors that's going to use 100 screws per minute, you have to use a separate belt for each one. Also, just making screws kind of sucks because you have to go from ingot to rod to screw. The gas screw, when we need to use screws, will assist with that. It'll take out the rods from the production line, which is always nice. And we get 50 per minute, which is kind of nice with rotors. All that to say, I'm getting pretty lucky on the recipes so far, and it's going to seem like a lot has changed, but really not that much. So I've added just the little production line right here for the concrete on some foundations, and I've moved what we had here over there. So it's really not too bad. It just was a lot of belt work, honestly. I spent a lot of materials getting the foundation and belts all over here, but I wanted to start in an area that I can at least make a big platform for and kind of work freely without having to worry about terrain issues, which is what this is for. So I've just relocated everything, organized it, and started producing those parts that we've been making. So hopefully we can make that space elevator soon, because we just need to make the space elevator and then make smart plating, which is pretty cool. And then we'll be done. Well, with phase 1. And our hard drive just finished, which is our third hard drive of the save. Just finished researching. And what do you know? I get the third recipe that I want. So I've gotten all 3 recipes that I actually wanted just by stacking my rewards here, so I didn't get any duplicates. And that means we can go claim our cast screw, our stitched plating, and iron wire. And it feels really good, but at the same time, I feel like if I'm getting that lucky on early game stuff, I'm gonna get screwed later game, which is okay. Honestly, early game, making it go by earlier and making the early game go by faster and a little easier is never a bad thing. Because at least in the end game, I'll have all the fancy toys to use and help myself with. Okay, and the time has come to do one of the best things in the game and place down the space elevator. If you guys have not seen Satisfactory before at all, Satisfactory in general just has some of the best animations I've ever seen in game, and the space elevator is no exception. A lot of these buildings that we're going to place down throughout the whole playthrough will have awesome animations along with the equipment. There's so many awesome just animations in this game. I love it. But space elevator has a sick animation, and I have a feeling it's going to be a new animation because of what we've seen in trailers. There's a new part on the space elevator, and I think we're going to get some of it. We may not. It's either going to be in this or maybe in the following phases, but their space elevator was bigger in the trailer, so I think we're gonna get some new animation. So I'm gonna be quiet and we're gonna watch this together. Holy crap. What is that thing all the way up there? What is that?
Project assembly initialized. Congratulations, Pioneer. The space elevator will now automatically connect with the Project Assembly orbital platform. Project assembly is divided into phases, each of which require the delivery of project parts, such as smart plating, via the space elevator. Subsequent phases unlock access to new tiers with more advanced technologies to construct, automate, explore, and exploit. It is time to be honest. This project is part of the Save the Day program, the largest united undertaking in human history, destined to save us all. Earth is in peril and only Fix-It pioneers offer hope for survival. Fix-It is counting on you. Humanity is counting on you. Do not let Fix-It down.
Dude, holy crap. So that was the dialogue that we got from Snut, actually. So in the what video? It was the video about the story and whatnot. But Snut had that exact dialogue in the story. Honestly, I like Snut's better. Mostly just because he's a human, kind of, you know? We did make Satisfactory. It's got to be partially, I don't know, robot for that, but yeah, no. These are going to make iron, and they are going to get fed, or this one specifically is going to get fed into this to make iron wire. This iron wire is then going to go fill up those assemblers to assist with making some reinforced plates. Those reinforced plates are then going to go over here, combined with the rotors that we're making over there, and we're going to make some smart plating. We only need 50 smart plating, which is pretty easy. So we can even jumpstart this by throwing some of those in there. And yeah, this will just go and build up into the space elevator. And something I'm going to do here is, we'll figure out how to connect that. There we go. We're going to connect that right into the space elevator. The 50 will build up. Once it's at 50, we can send it off, do a little sendy-offy. And on the next phase, barring that it's the same, we will also need smart plating as a space elevator part, in which we will just keep that connected and it'll keep building for us until it hits that 500 mark. And then at that point, we'll remove all this. But yeah, that is now automating and it will be there. I just have to connect to these plates and yeah, that's it. Well, if you can see this belt right here, it is full, which means our space elevator is full, and that means we can send offy. We are ready with this bean, apparently, to send off the space elevator. And I have a feeling we're going to get an upgrade on the space elevator. So we're going to, again, be quiet and just enjoy the works of the devs.
Welcome to the Project Assembly Pioneer Progress presentation. Congratulations, the Phase 1 project part shipment is now ready for delivery. On delivery, Phase 1 will be completed and the distribution platform will be constructed. After completion of Phase 1, the technologies of Tiers 3 and 4 will become available in the hub. Highlights are automated power, steel production, personnel transportation, and many more. Completing Phase 2 of project assembly is your next main objective. New project parts will need to be produced and delivered to the space elevator as you have done previously. Continue to construct, automate, explore, and exploit for a better Fix-It future.
Yo, that was actually kind of crazy. They did not have that in the non 1.0 version. So yeah, that was kind of crazy. I like that. I also like how many like UI changes there are. Like this was not, it did not look like this before. I love this. This is awesome. Looks super clean. I love this a lot. And we actually have this circle thing right here, which I don't know what this is signaling, but I think we're about to find out. Yo, oh my.
Phase 1 of project assembly completed.
What is happening?
This is only the beginning of project assembly, the first step towards saving the day. You have performed adequately so far. Reminder, not only is Fix-It saving humanity, it is saving all of Earth, including kittens and puppies. It is statistically likely that you appreciate the continued existence of kittens and/or puppies. Continue the work for their sake. Continue the work for Fix-It. It is time to start the work on Phase 2 of Project Assembly.
Wow. Oh my goodness, man. That was insane. How big is this thing gonna get? I wonder, that has to be like out of playable zone, right? Like it has to be. Before the 1.0 update, you would just send that off and nothing would really happen. It would just go up and then come down. And like, whatever. Wow, dude, that is insane. Also, we're saving kittens and puppies. So there's that too. Jeez, man. That looks I can't stop looking at it, man. That thing looks insane. It looks so massive. It's like the size of the planet, dude. How do we send that? How do we build that with 50 smart plating? What kind of... Wait, what? Oh, is it on a track? That's... The lot is kind of like really far away, so it's not going to load properly, but I wonder if we can get up there. Dude, this is going to make building a space elevator enclosure so awesome and insane and hard. I'm so ready for it. Wow. I was too busy looking at the space elevator, but we need 1,000 smart plating and 1,000 vert frames. That's double what it was before. Is every milestone going to be like this? Bro, why do I got to make I went from 50, now I have to make 1,000? And then before it was, what, 500 versatile framework? And then you went up to 2,500? It was either 250 or 500. And then you jumped up to 2,500 for the next one. Are we going to get screwed over? Are we going to have to do way more work? I hope not. Because I just want to get through the first 2 phases so I can unlock all of the cool buildable stuff and get my jetpack so I can have at least have some mobility when building some big buildings. But I think that is going to do it for the first episode. We got a lot of production done, and honestly, getting through phase 1 doesn't take a super long amount of time. And I think next episode we'll probably blast through phase 2 as well. And then the good parts are going to start on episode 3 and onward, where we are going to be building an actual factory that is going to look good. And everything that we build after that, blueprints, all of that jazz, are going to look amazing. We're leveling up for 1.0. I hope you guys are ready. Starting very soon, we will be making cool blueprints and uploading them to Patreon. So if you guys are interested in getting any of the blueprints that I make, pretty much make everything on stream. So playing and making blueprints and all that jazz, besides recording and doing some specific off-stream recording video stuff, everything is done on stream, both YouTube and Twitch. So you can watch on your preferred platform. But if you do want access to save file blueprints or anything extra like that, they are listed on Patreon. And there even is a final tier on Patreon that if you wish me to design you a specific type of blueprint, like let's say a refinery blueprint, I am obliged to do so. But I don't really want to plug the blueprints that much, just letting you guys know that they are there. If you guys did enjoy, please let me know down below. I'm very much open to feedback, and I will be getting hopefully a new PC next month, so I will finally be able to record with my face cam, so look forward to that. But if you guys do tune into any streams from now until then, I do stream with my face cam on. If you're curious on that, well, give that a gander. This video is probably already like 1,000 years long, so we are going to end it here, but I hope you guys have a good rest of your morning, evening, afternoon, whatever it is for you, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace.